I'm live. It takes me a while to get there, people. I don't know what the deal is. It seems like my thing just isn't that fast, but so what? I'm here. I'm happy to be here. JulesBlessedVegan, what's up, y'all? Oh my gosh, are you seeing these eyes? Are they still as red? Yes, I'm having allergies. I don't know what the deal is. Oh my goodness. And I'm half wondering, are they just really allergies or are they just all the dust that my horses kick up? Especially Harley. Oh, she is so precious, but she is a very big draft Belgian. And she can really kick up that dust. So yeah, kind of struggling a little bit with that, but feeling very blessed. Annie Beard, that's why I feel blessed. I got Annie Beard in the house. Woo woo. 101 Annie, my friends at Instagram. So yeah, I'm talking about allergies. Oh my gosh, like my eyes are so uncomfortable. I'm congested. And I have a little talk right here on remedies for seasonal allergies. What I appreciate about this woman is that she's obviously plant-based vegan, which I love, because some of the other suggestions were horrific and stuff that I most certainly will not engage in. Okay. But prior to that, I was talking about food prep. Oh, do you love it when you've accidentally prepped for just when you need it? Do you know what I mean? So like yesterday, I was on task. I was making smoothies. I made double for today. Today, I totally forgot about that. And I was pouting because I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything and I'm not ready. Hello, you pre-made smoothies, girl. When I saw this waiting for me in the fridge, I was like, how good is God? And people will say, it wasn't God, you did it. Trust me, God was setting me up. Oh, I know, the allergies are a nightmare. But yeah, this is just a delicious smoothie. I don't have stomach issues, so I don't have to do just like basic celery juice to start my day or lemon per se. So I just put it all in here. So this totally has lemon. It has turmeric with black pepper. It has power greens. It has mangoes and strawberries and ginger. I put ginger in there as well. So I kind of take all those recommendations from the morning and just dump them in here. It's so delicious. I have 2 of these for today. And together, they're probably really just about 450 calories all together. You know what I mean? It's just a great power drink. So yay, yeah. When I realized that I have prepared and didn't realize it, it seems like it's from God because he was thinking, Jules, you're going to be tired tomorrow and have allergies. Wouldn't it be lovely if you prepped? Which I did, and I was thrilled. I really had no idea. In the moment that I was helping my future self. And that's kind of funny because I was just talking about not worrying about the future, but it is so lovely. The only way to build our future is what we do today, right? Of course, we know that. So yeah, I just want to talk about some natural remedies really quickly. And again, these talks are always for me. I'm in hoping that I'll touch someone else with the content, right? So this is 7 natural remedies for seasonal allergies. Technically, I only see 5 here, but it's all good. It says at this time of year, and this was probably spring, but I will argue that the weirdness of climate change, right? Yeah, one day at a time. Thank you, Annie. The weirdness of climate change right now is making things bloom too quickly, die too quickly, get molded too fast. Like we just don't even know one day to the next. I mean, I'm in the high desert. A lot of us are growing tomatoes, and our tomatoes are growing initially, but then they're just staying stagnant. They're just staying green. They're never quite getting to red. They're way later than they normally would have been. Normally they're like flourishing in May. We're already in July. It is really weird. Does anyone agree? Annie, you're a gardener. What do you got for me? Is there any weird stuff going on with climate change? We had a ton of mosquitoes initially. They're basically gone, and now we're on to tons of flies. And one hot tip I got for flies, though, was to take Irish Spring. Some people like to use Zest, but the Irish Spring bars of soap, which are super inexpensive. You can get like a 10-pack for $6. And they also are really good for just keeping critters away, like squirrels and bunnies and stuff. And you can either just shave them, or for flies, you can put them in a baggie with some holes and hang them. And those animals can't stand the smell. Which is true for me too, as you know, because I have asthma, but I can do it to keep critters away without having to use poisons. Is anybody familiar with that? I would love to know in the comments. Okay, so it says that people are suffering. They've got runny nose, headache, red and watery eyes, and so on. And oh my gosh, yes, my eyes are so affected and congested for sure. And I was feeling asthmatic this morning. So you have flooding and so much rain. And yeah, you have so many weeds growing. I get that. But also there's an aftermath, right? The rain is such a blessing, but it often, without the sun complementing it, leads to all of the mold and different things, right? And a lot of plants that normally would flourish are not. So yeah, I so get that. So it says that seasonal allergies are sometimes called hay fever. No doubt, I'm sneezing my head off. They result from exposure of pores of pollen released in the atmosphere by fungi, grasses, trees, and other plants. Yes, I've even been tested. I know I'm allergic to grass, but it's not going to stop me. I'm allergic to dogs. That's not going to stop me. I'm allergic to house dust. I wish I was more disciplined in that area. There's just certain things that get me. So the plant material is mistaken for an invasive protein by your body's immune system, leading to the production of chemicals like histamine. Histamine attempts to attack or expel the invader. I'm still having this asthmatic cough. I tried not to panic and take my inhaler. Like, that is a last resort for me now, because I used to do it, 8 times a day. Instead, I calm myself down, see if I can work through it, and then I reassess. So yeah, humid and moldy. Thank you. Will you remind me where you are again? I'm thinking it's like Ohio or something. I don't know. I can't remember where you are. But yeah, that's what's so weird here. When I was a little girl in California, we never had humidity. And now we have humidity. It's so interesting. I'm in the high desert, which should be completely dry, and people count on it to be completely dry. And, compared to the beach areas, yeah, it's a little more dry. But no, we're starting to get humidity. It is definitely changing. Okay, Ohio, that's what I thought. Right on. Yeah, so interesting. So it says those experience seasonal allergies are also intolerant to certain foods, which they cannot easily digest. The poorly digested food is often regulated back into the respiratory tract, leading to many of the allergy symptoms noted above. And that's true, of course. There were different foods at the time. And this is interesting because I'm not on any of these. And I say on like it's a drug, right? And it's food. But as you know, food is our medicine. And so in essence, it is a drug, and it can be a bad one when used improperly. So it says some of these are eggs. I never ate them directly because I couldn't tolerate them, but I always had them in food. Poultry. Sadly, I went on like a chicken diet at one time, people. Red meat was never a fan, but if it was grounded in a cheap McDonald's hamburger, I was all there. Bread and wheat, absolutely. I was a bread monger. Certain nuts and alcohol. So praise God, not one of those things are my truth today, okay? With the immune system becoming increasingly compromised with continued consumption of the biggest food culprits, the person become more sensitized to other food triggers and environmental triggers. Now, this goes right there with my asthma story, because I told you guys I didn't realize I was causing my asthma from the inside out back in the day. And so I was really struggling. This today, and my inability to get my breath, I'm certain, is truly from outside environmental factors. But in the day, I didn't realize that the horrific food-like products I was consuming were causing all of that asthma for me, and certainly exacerbating it. So seasonal allergies are often treated by the lessened antihistamines. And of course, they have like Benadryl, loratadine, citrazine. The problem is these medications do not resolve the allergies and are plagued with many side effects. I'm in love with this person already. You can tell she's like a health-bound person. She recognizes that medication in itself can be the problem. It creates a mild dependency, dehydration, headache, dry mouth, drowsiness, digestive problems, and even brain fog. Oh, I so agree. One also requires taking these medications on a regular basis. That's right. You have to keep them in your body at all times. I used to do some of these. I can't even think of all of them now. If I wasn't doing 8 prescription meds, I was doing 10 over the counters. It's so sad. I'm praise you, God, that I am off of everything. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father, for showing me the better way. So it says it may be more effective to address the root cause of the allergies and how to strengthen the immune system instead. Some natural remedies for treating allergies. Oh, we're so for natural. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Number 1, just hydration through water. Boy, isn't that true? Getting in those 16 cups a day. Again, I did a little thing on this with 16 cups. Fill up 2 sustainable containers and then just use those all day. You're going to get 3 in a cup of tea. You're going to get 4 in a smoothie. You're going to get 2 in a dressing. And then you only have a few cups to drink. You know what I mean? It's not that bad. And I love it anyway. So when the respiratory and digestive systems are dehydrated, the immune system will cause a rebound effect leading to nasal congestion, runny nose, sneezing, and or coughing. Do the following in order to optimize it. So number 1, drink 2 to 3 cups of plain water warm when you wake up. I certainly know to drink it when I wake up, but I love the warm idea. Wait at least 30 minutes before eating or drinking. Oh God, me too, Annie. Thank you. I'm so incredibly blessed. I don't know if I'd still be here. If I had been on those paths. I cannot even believe how incredibly sick I was and fearful, jumping from doctor to doctor, prescription to prescription, threat of the next procedure. Oh, thank you. That's not my case today. So stick with having warm meals eaten with a spoon and in a bowl. That's so interesting. What is that about? These meals should hopefully naturally contain water. I love this. Right away, she says green vegetables. Woo, woo. Beans, oats, quinoa, millet, mushrooms. Do not drink liquids while eating. Instead, wait a half hour before drinking a lot of warm water. Yeah, I don't eat while I drink. Drink while I eat. I learned that as a child, that you need to let the acids in your stomach break the food down. And so it's just best, But also I see a lot of kids, especially, are you kidding me? If you go to a restaurant and get a sugary drink, they only want refills on that sugary drink, and they never even get to the meal. It is ridiculous. So my parents were like, you know what? You are welcome to drink something with your meal, but it's going to be water. And it was like, no, that's okay. Okay, try to fast 3 hours before bed. That's just a good practice anyway. Make sure to have 2 cups of water during the evening. I'm loving this. And drink 1 cup of water before and after showering. I love it. Okay, number 2, saline rinses. Have you guys ever used those before? The things that you put in your nose. And now I can't even think of what it's called. And I have one in my cupboard right now. I did use it, especially when I was in the thick of my disease. Because again, I didn't want to stop eating wrong. I just wanted to try a whole bunch of ways to fix the problems, all of the side effects, right? The results of my nonsense. When I finally went to the doctor and just was like, I'm never going again if I know that I'm truly causing the problem. That was the best choice I ever made. But honestly, yeah, I'll think of what that's called. Can you think of what it's called? I didn't mind it too much, but I haven't used it in a while. So you use it all the time, but can you think of what it's called? I can't think of what it's called. I have a good little one too. Those electric ones kind of freaked me out. I know you're going to think of what it's called. Come on, Juliana. Let's keep going. Okay. So when your sinuses are congested, rinse them out. You can load up a neti pot. Neti pot. Woo, woo. I should have just kept reading. Yes, a neti pot. I have one. So warm purified water and a few splashes of an essential oil for additional lubrication. Yes. I can't use the oils and things like that because of my asthma. I'm really affected by scents, but I do have the little packet, the saline packet that they recommend. And my gosh, you can get 100 of those packets at Walgreens for like $5 or something. Do the nasal rinse twice a day at a minimum. I may very well I'm going to commit to my neti pot today, seriously, because I know part of it, again, is that my huge horse is getting so much dust going up, and I know I'm accidentally ingesting quite a bit of that while I'm caring for them. And I really do need to rinse. So I am more than willing to do that. My husband will be proud too. Okay, another one is Vicks Vapor Rub, which unfortunately some people have trouble with Vicks Vapor Rub. I was raised on it, but because it has petroleum in it, they kind of freak out that it's not natural. But this woman, who again I am loving because she's authentic, immediately said eucalyptus oil, which of course is part of that, is absolutely the key thing in vapor rubs. So yes, they're good for detoxing, purifying, killing bacteria, reducing inflammation, and relieving the symptoms of seasonal allergies. You just use the bottle away. I wonder what you mean by the bottle away. Do you mean you have the neti pot? And do you just mean you use plain water? You're so allergic to mold. Guy, I know, of course you are. Of course. My gosh. Me too. And that's like, I literally had my things done, right? I went to the allergist. They did my thing. They're like house dust, mold, grass, dog, dander. There was a couple of them. And of course, they immediately saw my asthma go crazy with perfumes. And I think part of the problem with perfumes for me, and even with lovely hair, care, it isn't per ingredient. I can handle per ingredient. You'll see me in the yard smelling rosemary, right off the bush. It's so beautiful. I can enjoy a single rose. It's when they combine a whole bunch of them together that the whole component of it just makes my everything go crazy. It's complete overload for me. It's a bottle that you buy and it's so much easier. Oh, God, you're not kidding. The shape of it and everything else, right? I'm sure. That little neti pot gets a little awkward, to be sure. I'll check into that. It's been years since I bought that neti pot, but since I have it and I don't want to increase my footprint, I will go ahead and use what I have. But I'm sure it's so much easier. Good for you. Thanks for telling me. Okay, so that's again Annie Beard, who is 101 Annie on Instagram. She has so much quality content. It's crazy for raw vegans and just for people on their food path, their healthy vegan food path. But she's saying that she uses a neti pot, but it's actually a bottle instead. And it's just far easier than a silly little, teapot and all of that. So good for her. You might want to look it up if you're considering it, you guys. It's a game changer. Okay, then it says quercetin, and I'm loving this, leafy green vegetables. Woo, woo. Oh my gosh, we get those in. I get them in every day. I'm in love. Tanny Raw, my health advocate on every health platform, reminds us to rotate our greens, which is just a good practice, as animals do in nature, right? Deers go from tree to tree. They don't favor that same tree every single day. It's so smart. So I love that she's saying leafy green vegetables, and I'm about to read this, but what I was going to say is I will use like celery with citrus. I'll use power greens in a salad, and I'll use spinach in a smoothie. You know what I mean? So I just totally rotate those naturally depending on what I'm eating, which is fabulous. Okay, so quercetin is found in a variety of fruit and vegetables. Yay, which we get, most especially leafy green vegetables, broccoli, cauliflower, leeks, and spring onions. It's a bioflavonoid, which moderates histamine production and release. Okay, so what do I eat of those? Leafy greens all the way. Broccoli, I really don't get enough in. Cauliflower, I do. Leeks, I think they're fun. I don't get them very often. I could certainly get them. And spring onions, which I used to love, but I've been really bratty about my onions, but still, I love it. Okay, bioflavonoid is an ambiguous term which used to be called vitamin P, as in Paul. So interesting. It's responsible for giving plants their pigmentation. The term now describes the broad category that includes antioxidants and anti-inflammatory enzymes. Quercetin has been tested in clinical trials. It's been shown to reduce irritation of the airways. I love that. While improving one's overall health, its concentrated doses, it can help to control the severe anaphylactic reaction to certain foods like peanuts. Oh, brilliant. It does take time to build up sufficient doses of quercetin. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. So those prone to seasonal allergies would do well to be taking quercetin and load up on having lots of vegetable weeks or even months in advance. So how about all year? How about it's a better way to live every single day of your life, right? Okay. So that's interesting to me because by all accounts, I would have much of that in my system. But let's be fair. I was off plan just 3 weeks ago and I was a crazy woman. So I'm rebuilding and that's okay. Excuse me, I'm going to enjoy a sip here. Oh, so blessed. Okay, citrus fruits. Oh, I love them. High in vitamin C, bioflavonoids, and antioxidants. Citrus fruits, especially lemons, and I've got lemon in here right now, a full large lemon, are extremely good for boosting immune response and preventing the symptoms of seasonal allergies. This is another of those remedies that works best in smaller, more frequent doses. Add a splash of lemon juice. I have a full-blown lemon. To olive oil, which I don't use for a salad dressing. I just use the lemon. Add lemon and apple cider vinegar to a glass of water a few times a day for regular immune support and symptom relief. Stick with having a small orange instead of drinking orange or other fruit juices. No doubt. I do no fruit juices of any kind. I'm so lucky that way. I'm so lucky. In the early days, along with my half slab of dead animal and my totally fried nonsense, I'd have a carafe of orange juice for the healthy component. Do you love that? Eating the citrus fruit is significantly more beneficial to the immune system versus drinking the juice. And of course, she didn't say, but of course, we know that's because of the healthy fiber. Okay, butterbur extract. Have we ever heard of this? The butterbur plant, Petacites hybridus. What are you going to tell me? You keep lemon in my water all day. You're not kidding. It's so fabulous. Is grown best in wet marshland. What about for your teeth, though, Annie? Are you concerned for that at all, with it resting on your teeth? It's tricky that way. I know people love to have lemon in their water all day, but some people, I don't know if it's resting on your teeth that way, but for me, I abused lemons to no end, okay? I ate them whole for years. I absolutely loved them, and the doctor had to warn me because I ate so much lemon. So now I get my lemon all in, and then I rinse my mouth. It's certainly, if I'm at a restaurant, I'll put lemon in my water for fun, but I'm not a person who can have it in there all day. Unfortunately, with all my grinding and everything, I've damaged my beautiful teeth that never gave me one cavity or one problem my whole life. But I'm paying for a couple of behaviors that caught up with me. Okay. It contains two chemicals called peptidin and isopeptidin, which help to reduce spasms and inflammation. I love that. I'm going to have to look this up. Butterbur extract. It is the action of these chemicals that is thought to give butterbur its health benefits. To use the butterbur to treat ailments can be traced back to the Middle Ages when it was used to fight the plague. Oh my gosh, you got to love that. Over the centuries, it has been used to treat a range of conditions, including wounds, coughs, and asthma. I love that. I got to look it up. Today, it is most commonly used for headaches, allergies such as hay fever, upset stomachs, urinary tract infections. I love it. Take PA-free. Oh, I love that she says this. This woman's on her game. Butter extract, 75 milligram to 150 twice a day during the course of seasonal allergies. One moment, people. I've got to just write that down really quickly because it's so interesting to me. Butterbur, but I'm more interested in how she said PA-free. So interesting. 75 to 150. Okay. And then she says nettle, which was hilarious. When I first looked at it, I thought it said Netflix. And I'm like, Netflix? Well, I guess that's secure. You're sitting indoors. Oh, do you love that? Couch potatoes for the win. Okay, it's nettle. Stinging nettle seems like an odd choice for improving health. But when properly prepared, it has been shown to treat all manner of concerns, especially including histamine overreactions and inflammation. It's been widely used in natural medicine for at least a millennium, which is 1,000 years, and probably even further back as a tea. But common preparations now include tinctures or freeze-dried capsules as well. I love it. I will consider my nettle. One moment, please. Okay. Natural remedies for seasonal allergies and advanced health. Advanced health integrative approach to medicine incorporates the practical mechanical knowledge of more conventional Western medicine, but also explores the more natural supportive knowledges from the Eastern sources. Okay, I think this is just their little ad right here, which is fine. That's what I don't understand. It specifically said 7 natural things, and yet it numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I confused? I don't think I am. Probably between the 1 through 5, there were 2 additional points, right? Anyway, yay for them. This is from Advanced Health. I will include it in the description of the video. It's some good tips. I think always for me, just calming down, getting out of the heat a little. It's really hot here. And remembering that if I'm having an asthma attack, I will probably pass out before I die. I hold on to that, people. It's a little warped, but it works for me. Okay, so back to the food prep. Thanking God to no end that a day before, when I was about to be a compulsive nightmare and reach for that first compulsive bite today, I had this pre-made. I love that. And I'm going to continue to food prep right now because we're coming on Monday. I've got a lot of good food that needs to be eaten, and I need to eat. Another line from Danny Raw. All right, my friends, like if you like, join us if you haven't subscribed. Let me know in the video. I mean, down in the comments how I may support you. Annie Beard, so blessed that you are here. And until we talk again, people, just by virtue of being on the planet, know that there is great hope and that we're blessed. I have to hold on to hope.